everyone, welcome back to Colourful Indian. It is so good to see you here today. My name is RANITA and I like to get into makeup swatches, tutorials, reviews. I also do lifestyle and mental health. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Alter Ego Sakura Palette. Now the Sakura Palette has got 15 shades. It's a mix of mattes and shimmers and it retails in the $20 range. So this is a really pretty palette and I'm pretty excited to see how this is going to look on my eyes. Now I have swatched it in white as well as yellow lighting, and you should be seeing it on the screen. So you can see that this is quite pigmented. However, I've yet to try it on my eyes. So I really want to do that, and we're going to be getting into that right now. Before we do, remember to hit that subscribe button and to drop a comment below so that I know that you're here. Say hello and let's get right into this palette. So we're going to begin by starting off with some looks. I have just gone in with my Alter Ego base. You can see that my eyes look like they've got something on them. So that is this base. It has a very slight tint, but I really love using it because it keeps the makeup exactly where I want it to be. So I'm going to be going in with some beautiful greens and maybe some browns for this look, because as you can see, I'm already wearing those colors. So I kind of just want to stay true to like my outfit. Alright, so I'm going in with the shade Sky, and this is what Sky looks like. It is a matte shade in the palette, and I'm just going to grab some on my brush, and we're just going to add some of that like right over here near the crease of my eyes, and we'll see how this looks, okay? So this is on olive, kind of like neutral tan skin, because I can use neutral foundations and I can also use olive ones, and I kind of use a mixture of both on my skin tone. So it's taken about 2 applications to kind of get the color looking like that. And I'm very interested in seeing how this is actually going to look, because something I've noticed about this palette is that it does not have deeper matte shades. It's got deeper shimmers, but it does not have the deeper mattes. So it's going to be interesting to see like exactly what I'm going to be doing here, because I do want to do a green look, but I also want to add brown. So I'm kind of like trying to figure out right now how I'm going to be doing that. I'm going in next with the shade Hazy. We're going to attach this to, yeah, so that's that color over there. And it's a slightly kind of like ashy brown shade. So I'm going to add that right to the end over here and kind of take it downwards. So let's see. This is what it's kind of looking like. I will say one thing, so the mattes are crumbly. When I was swatching these colors, I kind of noticed that too, and I was like, But if you use a base, then you shouldn't have too much of a problem applying this. Okay, now I'm going to be going in with some of the shimmer shades, which means that I'm going to be needing to apply more eyeshadow base onto my eyes, because I never ever go in with the initial base. I like to apply second base just to have my shimmers really secure. Okay, I'm just using my finger. I'm keeping this very easy and simple, which is just the way I like it. So I'm going to take the color Plum. We're going to be using shades from here, okay, this bottom row. So I'm going to go in with Plum, which is that one, and we're going to use that deep green over there. So this is actually how the palette looks like. Like when I turn it like this is more like with light directly touching it, but this is actually how the shades, it's kind of like in between these. So I'm using that deep green and that dark brown. So I'm grabbing some Plum, and the green shade is Twinkle. So I've got Plum on my finger here, and I'm just going to show you Twinkle. This is Twinkle, okay? So let's take Plum and add some of that right here. This is very smooth. It's a very smooth shade. You can see what that looks like. Taking more Plum, putting it right over here at the end. And I'm probably going to have to blend this out, mostly because, like I said, there are no deeper mattes in this palette. And I'm going to take Twinkle, which is the green, and I'm going to put that in the center of my lid and kind of blend it into Plum so you can see what it's looking like. Taking more of Twinkle. It's a very pretty green, very creamy formula over here. And we're just going to put that in the center, okay? So we've got Twinkle and Plum on both eyes. I think I'm just gonna touch up Plum again with my finger And same thing over here, touching it up. And now what I want to do is I need an inner corner shade right over there. So I think that I'm going to try this one over here. That's the shade Radiant. Radiant is very, very smooth and it looks like that. I'm going to just gently press that in right here so you can see what it looks like. It is going to have to be blended because I can't really get my finger to go all the way into that corner there, but I will just add a very, very good amount of it onto my eye and try taking it upwards. So I like that. Kind of feel like it gives it a very, very nice, big kind of bright start. And honestly, if you put lighter colors in the inner corners of your eyes, you automatically make your eyes look a lot bigger than they are, and that's why I absolutely love doing that. So I'm gonna go clean up my face. I'll be right back. Hey everyone, welcome back. So this over here is, you know, the complete look, and we have used 5 colors from the Sakura palette. Now my thoughts on the palette, I'll give them to you in a bit. Let me just get through the makeup details, starting with my brows. So I used the Ulak Brow Kit. This is in the shade Strawburn, and it's got a powder and a cream in here, so you know you can basically decide what it is that you want to use. Now I always use the powder, which is the darker shade in this kit, and I always go in with that brush, and I do need to clean that up. Next I have the Alter Ego Eyeshadow Base. I absolutely love this, and I use this in every single look that I do, even if it's not, you know, like an Alter Ego review, because it is so freaking good. It is really, really the best thing that I've tried for my oily lids. Just keeps the makeup on there all day, and as long as you're reapplying it for each layer of makeup that you're doing, that is the eyeshadow, you should be fine. Because if I just come in like this, you should be able to see my eyes, and there's absolutely no creasing. And I've done 2 layers with the Alter Ego base over here. Okay, so the next thing is for my eyes, I've gone in with the Maybelline Eye Studio Lasting Drama Gel Eyeliner in the shade Black. This is a liner that I have used for years and years and years. It's absolutely excellent. It works really, really well, and it comes in 2 colors. At least that's how that's how many I've seen so far. So there's brown and there's black. It's really good. It lasts for a very long time. The only thing is you need to be, you know, proficient with using a teeny little brush like this, and you dip it in. Maybelline actually gives you the brush with this, so you know you can just keep getting new brushes each time you buy this, and that's what I do, like, you know, because you want to like change your brush if it's becoming like too dirty and stuff, because it does become like difficult to keep cleaning it again and again. So as soon as the pot is becoming old or it's becoming dry, I'm like, okay, time to get a new brush and a new pot. Okay, next we have the mascara. Now I went in with 2 products. This is by Too Faced, and then that one is by Benefit. So this is the primer, and this is the actual mascara, and I love these 2 because I do feel like they have kind of made my eyelashes look a lot bigger over here. Just look at that. Okay, that's quite a lot of length, and I just feel like this routine is working very well for my eyes. So I'm very happy with these 2 products, and I will continue using them. They both have a curved wand, which is, you know, something that I really love and appreciate. The last 2 products are this over here, the concealer by Huda Beauty. This is in the shade Toasted Almond 5.3G. It's become one of my favorite concealers, actually, because I just like the finish. I like the way that it makes my eyes look also when I'm done, because it just kind of adds a little bit of brightness, you know, near my eye bags, and then that's about it. Keeping it very, very simple here. And lastly, lip gloss. I went in with an Ulak lip gloss. I absolutely love anything from Ulak because their products are really, really good. If you haven't tried Ulak, you really should. I don't know why more people are not talking about this. This is the shade Cherry Sexy, and it's very, very hot in terms of like the color, right? It's like a hot pink, and that's kind of got a little bit of red. So I kind of feel like that color goes very well with the makeup, and that's the reason I decided to pair it. I feel like it would be excellent with this entire palette, actually, because it's a very subtle kind of pink when you actually wear it, and yeah, I didn't really want something too much. So let's get into the palette now. We've tried 5 shades on our lids, but you know, just from doing the swatches, I also have a pretty good idea of like what the formulas are like, and I did do swatches for all of these already. So you know, I kind of feel like the mattes are not super like creamy mattes. Like when you take a brush or when you put your finger into them, you will get some powder kind of coming out, so it's a little bit maybe on the powdery side. but pigmentation seems to be okay in terms of the mattes. The shimmers over here are actually really nice. I like how creamy they are. You can see what they look like. You know, there's no filter, there's nothing. This is exactly what you're getting when you use it. And I like it. I like the way that they blend it in. It's very, very easy to work with. So, you know, just first impressions here using it on my eyes, I can easily say that you could use this for an everyday look. You could also use it for, you know, a dressier look. Like if I was just to change this shirt into something that was a little bit dressier, I think that I could just pull this off. It could be a really, really nice daytime makeup look and I could just go out and enjoy myself. So I feel like this is versatile in that sense. You have the pretty little colors, you know, and then you also have like the nudes. So what I want to do now is to go into the second and third look. I'll be doing a different one on each eye. Hey everyone, I just wanted to include this shot as well of the look. So I just want to show you what my eyes look like, and this is after 6 hours of where the day is coming to an end, so that's why the lighting is different. I had to kind of adjust my lighting so that I could get the most natural light possible, but yeah, this is what it's looking like right now. I did go out, did some errands, and you can see right over here what the eyeshadow looks like. And this is using the Alter Ego Eyeshadow Base, and only that. I don't use anything else. My routine, sometimes when I was in North Carolina, I used to actually add a drop of castor oil to my eyes because it was so dry and I was doing so many looks. My eyes were starting to feel the wear and tear, you know, it really felt like they were just getting too dry, so I would do the castor oil thing. Now I just do castor oil at night before I go to bed, and you know, whenever I'm doing looks, it's the Alter Ego Eyeshadow Base, and you can see how freaking good this is. Like, I'm really, really impressed with this. I really am. Because, I mean, my makeup looks the same as, you know, like when it was, like when I first applied it. So definitely very, very impressed with Alter Ego. Alright, so now we're going to be going in for the next look. So I did say that I was going to do like a different look on each eye, but I did change my mind. I think I'm just going to be sticking with something kind of like brown and pink for this one. So I'll see how many shades I can actually get into. I'm going to start by going in with the same brown shade that we used in the first look, which is the shade Hazy. It looks like this. And I'm just going to be adding this to the ends of my eyes, tapping it here. You can see I've already applied it over here. And that's how it shows up on my skin tone. So it becomes a kind of cool toned brown. I mean, it looks like that in the pan too, but I was worried that it wouldn't show up even in the first look, but it seems to be pretty okay in the way that it does. And if you go over it, which is kind of what I did for the first look after I had finished the whole thing, it shows up even more. So this is, you know, that just that shade in action over there. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Wilt. Let me just fold this so I can show you better. So now I'm going to go in with this one. This is Wilt. It's slightly lighter than the other shade, and I just want to kind of put a wee bit of that here. Like just here in the crease. Like, well, above the crease, yeah. Formula is the same. It is a bit powdery, so if you want this to work, you need to definitely use a base. I'm just using it to highlight my eyes just ever so slightly. You won't see a lot of that shade showing up because it's kind of like interesting that kind of matches my skin tone in some ways, and in other ways it just blends right in. So now I'm gonna go in with the shade Petal. Petal is this pink over here, so I'm just grabbing some of that. The highlight shade, the main shade for me is going to be that sparkly pink down there. So I'm grabbing that pink and I'm just gonna, I think, add a little bit here. You can see it's in my, I'm putting it kind of here, like in my crease area, and just kind of blending that in with the brown that I put there. So these are very like neutral, everyday palettes. Like just using this again and again, you can easily see that this is something for, you know, just every day. If you're gonna wear something like this to work, it's very subtle, and you know, it's just nice for that kind of occasion. I'm sure that if you wanted to use this for evenings as well. That would work out pretty well. Okay, as I said before, I go in with multiple layers of my eyeshadow base, so I'm just adding the second layer now. This is the Alter Ego Eyeshadow Base, which is excellent. Like, if you haven't tried this, I really highly suggest going in with this base because this has been a lifesaver for me. And I use this with multiple brands because I just love it so much. And Alter Ego was really nice when they gifted me this. They actually sent me an extra eyeshadow base, and I was really happy about that because it's become the main thing that I use. Okay, I'm going in with Cherry now. So this is what Cherry looks like on my finger. It's a nice pink, and I'm going to use that as the middle shade on my eye. Oh, it's very, very pretty, isn't it? And the fact that I'm using it on the eyeshadow base means this is gonna last. It's gonna be there. I like this very, very much. So Alter Ego, the shimmers are very creamy, very, very nice. And I like the amount of sparkle that I'm getting too. This is honestly so, so pretty. I really like this. And it's always interesting to me when I think that, you know, hey, maybe I'm not going to like a neutral palette that much, and then I start using it and I actually end up really enjoying myself. Okay, now I'm going in with the shade Lush. This is Lush. It's basically the shade right next to Plum. We used Plum in the previous look, so this one over here is Lush. It's just ever so slightly different from Plum, and I went in with that before. So I'm going to put that at the ends, right here. Just like that, and we're going to blend it in a little bit. I'm just adding a little bit on this side here, and I'm going to put one more shimmer in the inner corners. So I think I'm going to go in with the shade Prime, which is this over here. So it's that one. Like in the previous look we used this green, so now I'm going in with that. Okay, so Prime I'm going to grab with a brush, because I need it to kind of be in a very specific place. So this is, and I'm just gonna take it upwards, and I'm working quickly because if you don't work quickly with the eyeshadow base, then your makeup doesn't really stay. Hello everyone, this is the finished second look. I'm really, really happy with the way that this look turned out. I've gone through the majority of the shades here. I have swatched everything on my arm. I will not be doing another look with this palette, but I'm actually really, really happy with the way that this turned out. And I did add on the shade Grove underneath my eyes, like later on, that green over there. It's a very deep green, and you can see it underneath my eyes. I just wanted a nice contrasting color, and this was actually my signature like look when I was going to college. I would always add a green eye pencil underneath my eyes. So this is not an eye pencil, but it is a green shade, and that's usually how I would brighten up my skin tone, because I just feel like green goes very, very well with brown skin. So yeah, I'm actually really happy with the way that this is looking. This was actually a test run for makeup that I was going to wear to church, and I'm actually very happy with the way that this is currently looking. Let me give you the makeup details. So for my eyes, I went in again with the Maybelline New York gel liner. So this is Eye Studio Lasting Drama in the shade 01 Black. Next, I went in with the face primer by e.l.f. This is a mineral infused face primer. It's probably one of my favorite primers because I just feel like it really smooths, you know, the makeup, and it just makes it easier to get your foundation on there, and everything just ends up looking really, really sharp and nice. I did go in with my Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation with SPF 15. I'm trying to go more and more into makeup right now that actually has SPF, because I feel that's very important to protect your skin. This is in the shade Natural Tan 4.25. Now I will say this shade is actually too light for me, so I don't use it as a foundation. I actually use it as a concealer. I don't want to waste this because it's a whole big bottle, you know, and I just don't feel like I want to get rid of it and throw it away, because it really feels like a waste, and I just don't want to do that. But my main foundation is always this. It's Yensa in the shade Neutral Tan. I absolutely love Yensa because they have what I love, which is skincare makeup. This has got vitamin C and E, ferulic, and bakuchiol, 8 super blacks essence. You really need to go and check out Yensa if you haven't. I just feel that because I like the dewy finish. So I've actually added Yensa like just around here, very little. I don't add on a lot of foundation anymore because again, I'm trying to just keep my skin as nice as possible. But when I do use foundation, I'm always reaching for my Yensa because this is skincare makeup and I really like that. Okay, after that I went in with these two again. So the same makeup products from, you know, the first look. This is Benefit and Too Faced. So this is my primer and this is my mascara. And they're both black and I like them. I really feel like it's making my eyes look a lot more fluffy in terms of, you know, eyelashes and stuff. And when I go to bed every night, I actually add on castor oil. So every single night I have castor oil on my eyes to grow my eyelashes. And I actually feel like it works because I've noticed that my eyelashes are growing slightly more than they used to. After that, I added on this. This is a lip gloss from Ulac. I absolutely love Ulac lip glosses. If you have not tried them, you really need to. These are fantastic, and this is in the shade Glamorize. This is CO8, and it's just wonderful. It has a kind of like gold tint to it, but you can see how pretty the color of this is. It's really, really nice, and seriously, I love these lip glosses, and I kind of feel like this is my main lip gloss brand right now because they're so hydrating and comfortable to wear out anywhere, and yeah, absolutely love them. Next, I went in with this by Giorgio Armani Beauty. This is the Luminous Silk Glow Blush in the shade Desire. I did get this like through a campaign that I did with them, and I honestly love this so much. If you have not tried the Armani blushers, you really need to, because this has a pore blurring effect. So when you use this on your skin, it kind of makes it look a bit more perfect than, you know, it actually is, and I really like that. And I love the color. You can see the color that I'm getting through here on my cheeks, and it lasts, you know, for like all day, because I've worn these out, I've gone out and, you know, done all kinds of things with them, and I still have that nice flush of color, like, you know, when I come back. So I really love like the current routine that I have going on. So anyway, since we're only doing 2 looks for this particular video, let me give you my thoughts on the Sakura palette. I think that this is a very nice palette. I'm actually going to call this like a church palette because I feel like this is the kind of makeup I would do if I was like going for a very understated look and I was kind of, you know, like preparing to go to church and stuff. I don't want to wear a super intense, colorful look when I go to church. I don't know why. I just feel like, yeah, there's a time and place, I guess, but that's just my rule in place for me. But I do like this. I like the formula. I think that I would have probably liked maybe a deeper matte brown shade in this palette, because you can see that the main brown that I use on my eyes, it's very like, it's like a cool toned ashy kind of color on my actual skin tone. But I think that the fact that they don't have a darker brown actually makes my eyes look bigger. So I actually came to appreciate the palette a lot more after doing this look, because it made me realize like, you know, maybe I don't need that darker brown shade. Like maybe I can just go in with those dark brown shimmers there. So I actually ended up liking the palette a lot more than I thought I was gonna like it. And I like the color story, and I feel like I would actually dip into this again and again, like especially if I was, you know, just going for like a very casual look, simple look. You could do a lot of different combinations here. You can do pink and green, you can do brown and pink, brown and green. I've kind of gone in with, you know, pink, green and brown here for this look because I just kind of liked it. But I think that the subtleness actually works. It works really well and beautifully, and I think that people who don't find themselves very attracted to super colorful shades will enjoy working with this palette. You don't have to worry about the longevity for this particular look, because I showed you in my previous video that I'd actually worn this for like 6 hours, and I kept it on for another like hour or so after I'd filmed that as well, because I still had other work that I wanted to do. So this lasts on your lids. I would highly recommend getting the Alter Ego Eyeshadow Base, especially if you have oily lids like me, because it makes the biggest difference. And I've used this eyeshadow base with hundreds of other like makeup, you know, like other brands and everything. I always get really good results, and this has saved me, because previously I would be using other bases and no matter what I did, it would melt off, and it was just so frustrating because, you know, you're trying to do a look and you don't want it to melt off. Like when I went to Malaysia, I was using my NYX glitter glue. tried that, went out, and it's so humid and so hot, and my makeup melted off. And you know, I came back and I was thinking like, oh, for crying out loud, like why did I even bother wearing that? And then I was thinking I should probably try my Alter Ego. I did that, and oh my goodness, my makeup stayed. So I 100% back this eyeshadow base. It is that good. You really need to try it if you have that problem that I'm having. And remember, always use multiple layers of this base, because once it dries, it's not going to, you know, work with the eyeshadow as well. So you need like a fresh coat, and then you need to work quickly with it to ensure that your makeup stays on for as long as possible. But it's an excellent product, and I hope Alter Ego never stops making it, because that is my holy grail when it comes to my eyeshadow bases. So anyway, final thoughts on the palette. Formula is excellent. I like the color story. It's not my favorite color story, but it's okay. It's doable, and I feel like you can get a lot of pretty looks with this. I like the fact that there's a bit more color in here. I know that Alter Ego has come out now with like a couple more palettes, which I'm very eager to try, by the way, because they are dupes of the Natasha Denona palettes, and I kind of am very, very keen to actually try those. So if you are looking for a cheaper alternative to Natasha Denona, then, you know, you can actually check out Alter Ego, because now they've done several palettes, and, you know, these are like limited edition palettes by ND, and then they're not available anymore. And, you know, now you have someone who's actually duping them, and the quality is excellent, okay? Like, I don't have any problems with the quality of the shadows or the mattes in here. I think everything is pretty good. It is a bit powdery, but when you have a base and you can just clean it up with a bit of micellar water, if there's any fallout, you should be fine. So all in all, I think I'm pretty happy with the way that this palette works. I think maybe a couple of the shades come across as similar. Like when you're putting them on your eyes, they can look a little bit similar, but all in all, I think it's a nice formula. So I don't think this is bad, and I like the pricing. Most of their palettes are like in the 20s, if I'm not mistaken. And I think this is also in the 20s range, which is very affordable for makeup nowadays. So I do like it, and I'm very happy that I got to review this for you. So yeah, if you're thinking about picking this up, I hope that this was, you know, helpful in you know, assisting you to make that decision. And I do have a code with them. It's a non-affiliate code, which you can use to get a discount. I don't gain anything from telling you to use that code. I do like Alter Ego, so stay tuned for my next review with Alter Ego, because I do have another palette that I am planning to review, and that's also a neutral one, but I'm gonna have some fun with it. And I'm actually kind of replacing a lot of my neutral palettes with Alter Ego, because I feel like Alter Ego has a step up, like from a lot of the other palettes that I was trying, or even similar quality or even higher at times, because previously my neutral palettes, a lot of them were from Juvia's Place. I like Juvia's Place, but I haven't purchased from them in a while, so getting all of these Alter Ego palettes has been great, because I'm just kind of like getting the new makeup to replace what I'm not going to be purchasing anymore. So I'm very happy about that. I will probably be picking up those other two Colourful Alter Ego palettes and reviewing them as well in time. I'm a little late in terms of that, I know, but that's because, you know, I've had like 6 months of just moving all over the place. But anyway, that's all I have to share with you today. I'm happy that, you know, I got to talk with you and share my feedback on this palette. And if you're buying it, then, you know, let me know how that works for you. Don't forget the eyeshadow base. That is the biggest like piece of advice that I can give you regarding eyeshadow, because it makes the biggest difference. Hello, I'm just doing an update to the wear of this makeup. So this is what I look like after wearing my makeup for 10 hours. I've been doing a lot of filming today, and yeah, it's nighttime now, and I even changed my look and everything went out. This is what it looks like. So the eyeshadows have held up really, really well. From what I'm seeing right now, there is still no creasing. That is what you get with Alter Ego and with the Alter Ego eyeshadow base. So that's why I keep saying, buy the base, buy the base, buy the base. It is so freaking good. I'm so excited to share this with you. Okay, have a wonderful day and lots of love to you. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.